Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to Maths by JJ channel. Today onwards, we are going to begin with KCET 2026 profession. So, I'm going to start with a very easy chapter that is matrices. Okay, dear student, I'm going to teach you first what are the synopses. That means formulas which you have already learned in your NCRT, which are very important. So let us make them very perfect. Then we can able to solve the questions based on this matrices chapter. Okay. So basically, all of you know that a matrix is written in a what? A rectangular brackets where the elements are represented by A11, A12, A21 and A22. I am just giving you an example. Already you have done in your NCRT. So what is the order of this matrix is nothing but the 2 into 2, where two rows and two columns are there. This will represent the order of a matrix. Now based on this, usually in general, the matrix is denoted by A equal to Aij, M cross N. This is a general representation of a matrix. Okay. So now where the M represents number of rows, N represents number of columns. Then the next is what is the number of elements that this particular matrix is having. That is nothing but the multiplication. If you take Mn or 2 into 2 is equals to 4 means 4 number of elements are present in that particular matrix. So this is what you have learned. Okay. Now the next point, I am giving you just a brief idea related to these formulas. Okay. Now A is having Aij, M cross N, and B is another matrix Bij, say something again M cross N. Now when do you say that these two are equal? That means A is equal to B. The condition here to be A is equals to B is the order must be the same and the corresponding element should be equal or same. Then only we can say that the two what matrices are equal. Okay. Then next that defines what? Equality of a matrices. Equality of matrices. Next comes different operations on matrices. The first one comes is a addition. That is very simple addition. So A plus B will define the addition of two matrices. Here the condition should be what? Again the order should be same. Order should be what? Same. Then just add the corresponding elements. That will define addition. The same thing goes with subtraction also. Order must be same. Only ಕೇವಲ ನೀವು corresponding elements ಅನ್ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಸಸ್. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಬರ್ತವೆ. So just remember those properties. Okay. Now, so what are the properties with respect to addition? So the number one is A plus B should be equal to B plus A. What is this called as? This is called as commutative law. So commutative law holds good in case of matrices, matrix addition. Then the next comes here is A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C, which is nothing but associative law. The matrix addition holds good associative law. Then the next comes here is A plus 0 or 0 plus A is always equals to A. So what is this 0? This 0 is nothing but a 0 matrix. So here obviously when we are talking about the addition, what I told, the matrix order should be the same. Now here any matrix added to the 0 matrix Whichever order you take A, the same order 0 matrix to be taken, student. Then its value will be always remain as a A. This is called as identity law. This is called as identity law. Then next comes here is A plus minus A is equal to minus A plus A. Will always give you 0 matrix. A plus into minus is minus. A minus A or minus A plus A will give you 0. This is called as inverse law. This is called as inverse law, where minus A is called as a inverse of a matrix A, or sometime it will be told as a negative of a matrix. Then next comes here is A plus B is equal to A plus C. This will implies always B is equal to C. This is called as left cancellation law. This is called as left cancellation law. Then the next one is, if I say B plus A is equal to C plus A, this also implies B is equal to C. This is called as right cancellation law. This is called as right cancellation law. So this is very basic that we have started. So now next let us continue with the next operation of the what matrices, that is multiplication of a matrix. Multiplication of matrices. Okay, multiplication of matrices. So basically student, suppose A is a matrix of order having m cross n and B is a matrix of order having n cross p. Correct? A is a matrix having m cross n and B should be n cross p. यहाँ पे एक चीज आपको ऑब्जर्व करना है स्टूडेंट, ಒಂದನ್ನ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the number of columns of the first matrix should be equal to number of rows of the second matrix. ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. The multiplication of matrices is possible. Then the resultant, whatever after doing the multiplication, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದರದ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ m cross p. That is, if I take AB, then it is again a matrix, but its order is always m into p. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗೋದೇ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. ಯಾರು ಈ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ದು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು let us go with some properties of this multiplication. Okay, student, properties of multiplication. ಆಗಲೇ properties of addition ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಈಗ multiplication. First ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, whether the commutative law holds good or no in case of multiplication. Exactly, AB is cannot be equal to BA. Commutative law does not holds good in case of multiplication. Commutative law does not holds good. Okay, so ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ commutative law ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಯಾವುದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಲಾ. ದ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಲಾ. ಸೊ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಲಾ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್, ಎ ಬಿ ಇಂಟು ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎ ಇಂಟು ಬಿ ಸಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಲಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಲಾ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್. ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಸೇಮ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಲಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎನಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ವಿತ್ ದ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್, AI or IA will always give you A. A very very important property. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, so make sure that any matrix which is multiplied to I ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ನಾನು, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಇಫ್ ಎ ಬಿ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ಆಯ್ತಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ, it is not necessary that either a is equals to 0 or b is equal to 0 or both are equal to 0. So a b equal to 0 ittantandre, it is not necessary that a should be or b should be 0 or both are 0. Okay, idu ಒಂದು important property. Next ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, that is called as a distributive law. Distributive law. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಲಾ? ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನೀವು ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರ್ದಿದಾರ ಥಿಯರಿದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಎ ಇಂಟು ಬಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸಿ is equal to ab plus ac. a into b plus c is equals to ab plus ac. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ a plus b into c ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ac plus bc. This is called as what? Distributive law.